Alright guys, here's another battle that we're going to do for this Mind War event. Alright, so right here what we're looking at, this is Yoda's army. Yad's armies. He's got, I'm assuming, some captains. As I'm not 100% sure as far as what his armies are right here. One of them's probably a miner. Because, I mean, this is a Mind War event. I mean, why not send your miner too? So we've got Nips on the left, and we've got Nips on the right. I went straight down center field with my troops. This is my, I believe, my smaller Marshal at the moment, because I currently have two. It just one of them is tier 3 or tier 2 and the other one is tier 4. We're just getting swarmed by Yoda's troops. He's got a lot of troops. I mean, look at his size as compared to ours. I mean, I'm a 27 million power dude, but you know, at the same time, whew, them armies, man, them armies, they do work. They put in that work. And I mean, they do that damage. Well, I got a little bit of a fire volley off on my catapults. That's pretty shocking. Now they're about to die because we've got a paladin coming just to wipe it out. Yep, there they go. There goes my catapults. Well, now we've got my Marshal coming in at Yoda's paladin. Yoda's definitely got a really beefy team. Like, it does work. All of his armies. But to be so big, he's really a good dude as far as that goes. Because, you know, he could be out here, like, literally killing everybody for no reason. But he's actually one of the nicest players on the game, which is cool. He's helped me a lot personally, and I'm really glad too, because I'd hate to be eaten by Yoda. I mean, he'd just kill us all. Everybody. Just everybody. Well, we got a defeat there, unfortunately, but hey, let's look at the battle report. So, the left-hand side is going to be Yoda's troops, Yad, and the right-hand troops are going to be Master Nips, mine, and Smiles. And as you can see, Yoda started off with some tier 1s. He threw in, did he throw in tier 2? No, he didn't go to tier 2. But as you can tell, his armies just literally demolish everything. I mean, as far as size goes, we had him on crossbows, we had him on swordsmen, we had him on archers, had him on tier 2 swordsmen, tier 2 cav, but he's just got some incredible teams. His armies are just very powerful. So, anyways, we're going to look at this event. I'm ranked 2 with 2,145,065 points. So, what you do is you either mine, or you can mine your bronze, your ruby, your salt, iron, emerald, or sulfur. And then to get points from the battles, which actually give a lot more points, you can fight people at mining nodes and go from your tier 2s, giving you 5 and 5 points apiece. Then you can go to your tier 2s, giving you 10 points apiece on the first set of tier 2 units, as there are 2 sets of tier 2s and 2 sets of tier 3s. So the more points that you want to get come from, doing a lot of damage to trebuchets and, the heavier siege equipment. They give the most points. And as far as our leaderboard goes, it is totally just dominating this one with well over almost 3 times what I've got currently. But the rewards for this on rank 1 are totally worth it. You get 116 1-hour general speed ups, which, general goes to everything. Not to mention you get almost 1 million food. You get 7 million stone and almost 200,000 wood, which is a lot in this game. Wood and silver are 2 of the hardest resources to get in this game. Don't ask me why, I don't know. But as far as the morale system goes, neutral has no modifiers. You want your people to stay content, which will give a 8% unit attack, an 8% unit health, a plus 4% to your travel speed, and an 8% to your unit healing speed. Now, if you get more morale drivers that are pushing your morale higher, you can go to happy, which will give you a 21% unit attack, a 21% unit health, a 10% travel speed, and a 21% unit healing speed. And if you can pass that and go to ecstatic, you will have a 29% increase to your unit attack, a 29% increase to your unit's health, a 29% unit healing speed increase, as well as a 14% travel speed. Traveling is like you're going to a camp or city that is on the county map, not on the battlefield itself. So when you go backwards in morale, as far as attacking a low-level keep that is an unfair battle, or you reinforce a battle that is unfair, you will start going down in morale. So the first one is upset at a negative 21% unit attack, a negative 21% unit health, a negative 11% travel speed, meaning you're going to get there a lot slower, and a negative 21% unit healing speed, which is awful. You never want your healing speed to go down, because you get a free speed up on healing your armies at 5 minutes. So when you have, say you get a 10-minute battle report with a happy, you're probably going to have a 20-minute heal or 14-minute heal with upset if you don't lose more troops. And that's saying you lose, the exact same amount of troops. So the next one is depressed. When you keep pushing your morale down, you go to depressed. This one is negative 54% on unit attack, unit health, and unit healing speed, as well as a negative 27% travel speed. And the final one is Riotous. And this one, your tier 3 units are basically going to be tier 1 units. They've got your research buffs, yes, but they are driven down to where they are basically nothing. So at Riotous, you get negative 73% unit attack, 73% unit health, negative 73% unit healing speed, and a negative 36% to your travel speed. That is just gross. Like, you never want to see Riotous. That is probably the worst morale you will ever see in this game. And to be honest with you, I personally believe that the morale system in this game determines a lot of actions in this game. You don't want to just constantly put yourself in Riotous mode, because your nobles can be captured, and then you can hold them for ransom, or worse, you can have them executed. And you don't want that to happen, as you spend a lot of time and effort, and in a lot of cases a lot of money, to push your armies and families so high. So I've got to heal my armies still from the latest battle, and it's quite expensive. I mean, my first dude is almost 34,000 food to heal, with a 2-hour 41-minute heal time for all of his troops. We're going to speed that up, and we're going to go ahead and take off 2 hours and 36 minutes of that, and we'll wait on that 5-minute heal speed so I can demonstrate this. So you'll go to speed up again, and at 5 minutes you get a free heal speed. Now, units do not die in this game unless you disband the army while it's dead. You never want to do that, because it takes a long time to make troops, and you never want to just get rid of the troops that you have already spent a lot of time making. And for an example, we will go back to my city. I started a batch of Lancers this morning, and yes, I moved out of the Orc land so that I can do this event. And on the, how many did I make? On the 65 veteran Lancers that I make, I have 3 days and 4 hours left on their build. So as you can tell, it takes a long time to make troops. Now, you can go to your alliance and look at your helps, and you can see that you can have up to your keep level in help speed ups. So whenever an ally presses help, it will decrease the amount of time that is left on, say, like here is my research and my cavalry building. So the helps definitely help, especially when you get later in the game. The amount of time and resources that it takes to do some of these builds, like look at this platform. So I have to have 4 of these platforms to level 28 to even start working on all 16 of my towers to go to 28 to push forth keep level 29. So we've got this platform here that we're going to hit the upgrade button for, and as you can tell, it costs 200 common iron, 20 uncommon iron, 60 common sulfur, 125,000, you might as well say, in silver, and 7.29 million stone, and costs exactly 5 hours and 17 minutes to do. Now, here's a little thing that I'd like to inform you guys. If you ever just clicked finish for gold, you just wasted a ton of gold. So what you'll do is you'll want to start the upgrade before you try to gold finish the upgrade, if that makes sense, because you will get a drastic decrease in the amount of gold that it requires to take. So I'll give you an example. If I was to just finish these Lancers right now, it would cost me 753 gold, which I do not have. But if you was to just try and make those 65 Lancers, you would probably be able to spend about 3,000 gold. I might be exaggerating a little bit on that one, but it'd be close to just press and go in and see, just for 167 Axemen is almost 2,000 gold, and I have all the resources, including the population. Now you want to keep up with your population because you never want to make your army compositions as far as building the armies. You never want to build your troops in the building to surpass what your population limit is. And when you're looking at like this T3 siege, it takes 96 people to make one, as well as 5 uncommon iron. So we'll look at this trebuchet. It's the same way, other than it requires uncommon bronze. So that's the difference between your tier 2 siege and your tier 3 siege. So here's you another example. We've got the tier 1 battering ram, who I will show you all their info. They do a lot of damage to gates. They don't really fight troops, but they are highly effective against gates. They have an insane amount of health compared to what some of your other siege units do. Like take your trebuchet here, for example. They only have 1.9 thousand health, but excel at being long range and destroying walls, while your other units are keeping the main forces of your enemy at bay. So when you're looking at this tier 3 heavy battering ram, you're going to see that it's a considerable increase. And now these also will go straight for gates. They will ignore any other units. They will do a lot of damage to gates. I mean, they will destroy gates. And they have an astronomical amount of health here. 34.7 thousand health. The only thing that even comes close to that as far as regular troops go would be your regular cavalry. And we will show you off of my paladin named Alan, who we will finish healing up real quick, because I kind of forgot to continue doing that. So we'll finish that up real quick, and then we'll take a look at his 190 veteran cavalry right here. So we've got his damage, which is a 26 base plus 2. He has no range, meaning he has to be on top of the enemy to be able to do damage to that enemy. He has a 24 speed, which is that will determine how fast it will move in the battlefield. And as far as health goes, he has 13.9 thousand plus 1,664. So he's roughly pushing about 15,500 health on his veteran cavalry. Whereas you will take your Lancers and look at them. Now they do an insane amount of damage. 185 plus 14. However, their health is only at 5,000 plus 601 in my case, which leads them to a 5,600 health, which is relatively low. I mean, it's higher than most swords units and archers and axemen. Now, against siege, because siege have such long range, lancers aren't the best. However, lancers are incredibly fast. They are like the fastest unit in this game, and the tier 3 happen to be the strongest in the game. So with that, they are able to decimate siege and take little damage because they can get up close on them faster than the siege can actually fire upon you. So, but anyways, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments, and I appreciate any of your advice as far as where I should lead the next videos. And I do plan on doing a couple of videos for this Mine War event, so please do bear with me, and we'll see y'all on the next one.